Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that wanted to know, these tarot readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three of them so that you can get kind of a clearer picture on which one speaks to you the most. For some people it will be one, for some people it will be another. If you are just stopping by or a new subby, thank you so much for being here, and for those of you that are continued subbies, you know I love you for it. With that said, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, oh yeah, we got some good news. You have the Sun card, right? Whenever you have the Sun card, remember it enhances all of your blessings and it diminishes all of your challenges. So whatever comes up, is either going to be better than it was going to be, or it's going to be lesser, it's going to be less than it was going to be. So the fact that you have the Sun card this week it's a week of ease for you. This is going to be a relatively easy week for you, considering all of the the craziness that's going on at the moment. But remember, this is joy, it's light, it's heat. It adds a touch of energy to everything that it touches, and it gives you, a lot of people say, when they see the Sun card, it's like, yeah, right, it is an ultimate yes card, absolutely. Like if you were asking a hard sort of yes or no question, the Sun card would be an absolute yes. But it's also, whenever this card shows up, it reminds you that the ease of life is also what we're here for as well, right? So for your actions and options, you have the Lovers card. So this week you are looking at your options, right? This is about you really starting to understand what choices need to be made this week, and I think there's going to be some real light shed on what is most important to you now. This is going to highlight to you what the options are, what the avenues or the roads are that you can take, and it's up to you really to pick the one that feels the best for you. The other thing with the Lovers card, it can and very often does represent love, relationships, all of our close personal connections. And the fact that this is being infused by that Sun card, it gives you this kind of like powerful focus on your relationship, to bring it into more alignment, to bring it into more balance. And more importantly, this is about you declaring, I choose love, I choose my partner, I choose to find a relationship. This is about you opening yourself up to the best relationship that you can possibly have, which is absolutely beautiful. Now for your communications and conversations, you have the Page of the Knight of Pentacles, sorry. So communications are going to be a little bit slower this week for you guys. Now you've got the Sun card there, so no worries. Remember, there's nothing fast, quick or dynamic about the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, it represents movement and very often modes of travel, which is something that some of you might be considering this week, is a new car. Now if that is the case, remember we do have a Mercury retrograde taking place at the moment, and what you want to know about that is with a Mercury retrograde, you can purchase something that has been revamped. It's a really good time to buy a used car, but not necessarily a good time to go in for something brand spanking new. The energy just isn't there for it now. Excuse me. For those of you that work for somebody else, this is great, because this is going to open up to you, and it's going to this week will actually reveal to you, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, what your career trajectory looks like for you. This is about you considering, right, what are my options on the current trajectory that I have? So I am doing this job, what are the prospects for me? This week you're going to really understand what those are, and then you can either adjust accordingly, or you can hunker down and really get into that path. For those of you that are solopreneurs, business owners, entrepreneurs, this is great, right? Because again, not only are new options and avenues available to you, but this is going to show you where the slow, steady, sustained growth is possible. So this is going to see you, and for some of you this might connect you with international, it might connect you with overseas. It's very possible as well that some good news or some way to get ahead could come through a partner or maybe even a family member, so be aware of that. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is great, right? In a lot of ways, this is going to see you asking yourself, what are the far-reaching goals that I can start pushing for now? What is the next leg of the journey? Like, you know, if you're retired or not working, it's not that you're kind of redundant. Like, you still have purpose, you still have meaning in life. So it's about finding what that is next for you. And for a lot of you, it looks like this week you will be discovering or embarking on something that's going to be a part of your lives for a long time to come, which is great. For your money and materials, you've got the Five of Wands. So your money, your finances, if you want to grow this sector, I think everybody does all the time. Especially you Taurians, we know you love your money, right? But it's through other people this week that you're going to discover those things, right? Your Five of Wands, for some of you, especially those of you that have your own business, there's going to be something this week that presents you with it's almost like a bit of competition, but it's going to be healthy competition. It's not like the sort of, you know, at each other's throats and butting heads and stuff. This is going to be something, maybe a conversation that's had, or maybe a little bit of camaraderie, or maybe even like a bit of one-upmanship. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's healthy. It's good to have friends that kind of push you to do better or to perform better. So there is a little bit of competition this week when it comes to the money or the finances, but it's going to push you to push yourself. So that's actually a good thing, and it is through other people or through connections with others that things are going to grow for you in this sector. When it comes to your home and environment, I mean, Taurians look like for a while actually you guys have been working on the home, and it's not so much like a, you know, massive overhaul project, although I'm sure some of you are doing those. It's more a case of this slow, sort of steady, continual refinement of what you have when it comes to your living sector. So this week you could have, you know, something might need some immediate attention, and it looks like you're calling in extra help, which is great. And then for your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your heart, your spine, and all of that general kind of area. Now, that's not to say there's anything wrong there, just that these are the things that you want to work on. And one of the best ways that you can do that this week, the Five of Wands, is movement, it's dance, it's vibrant, it is energetic and passionate. So anything that's going to get your body moving and your heart pumping this week would be a really good way for you to look after your you know, your health in any way. For your love and relations, you have the King of Swords. So for those of you that are single, and especially for those of you that are single and in work, or you know, have your own business, you could be connecting to somebody through your work this week that ends up being kind of, you know, that might even be a little bit of an enticement, let's say. I really like this. It kind of looks like it's going to be a meeting of minds, and it could be somebody that really kind of, you know, really pushes you, or, you know, challenges you. Maybe you haven't had a challenge for a long time, and this person comes along and suddenly starts kind of not just outdoing you, but like, you know, is speaking the talk and is able to really kind of meet you at your level, and you're like, oh, suddenly I have to, you know, I got to show up. Like, you know, this could be a really attractive trait to you this week. For those of you that are already in partnerships or relationships or married, this is really nice. This is you guys finally really feeling like, yes, we're back on track. And more importantly, both of you are performing well. So in your separate jobs, you know, whatever your collective pot is, everything is growing this week. And it's like you can see, yeah, this is the progress that we've made, but there's still more to go, which is phenomenal. All right. And then finally, for your full moon message, you have the Strength card. You absolutely do, right? I really like this for you guys, because this week I think you're going to rediscover an inner courage or fire or strength that you maybe had been a little bit dormant. I think this is going to see you really pushing yourself to, you know, to whatever your own next level is. And in a lot of ways as well, I think this week you'll be getting back more of the vitality that maybe you felt like you were lacking for a while. So all in all, I mean, the other thing with this full moon as well, it's going to show you where you're ready to really put the work in, and where you are ready to conquer some aspect of yeah, conquer some aspect of yourself that has, you know, maybe you've been trying to pull a part of you kind of forward into the now, and it's kind of been a bit resistant. I think this week's going to show you that you are in control, which is great. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.